Well, Alberto Rossi has his twist on an apple pie for us this morning. Alberto, good morning.
Good morning again.
So the pizza dough, that's what or not the pizza dough, but the dough.
Strudel dough.
Because everybody's been making bread recently and
correct, yeah.
Some pizza, but that's got egg in it. And
there's egg, a little bit of oil, a little bit of vinegar, water. It looks like a pizza dough almost, but it's a bit wetter and it doesn't come back once you stretch it, because the whole idea of this is that you use your rolling pin for a little bit, and then as you can see I put it on a towel because it helps you rolling it. So you stretch it, you see, and it doesn't really go back.
So today we're celebrating
Apple Pie.
Apple Pie Day, International Apple Pie Day, but you're doing a strudel for us. So what's the first step? What do we need to do?
Well, the first step is that you need to make the dough.
Yeah.
And you just mix it all together. It's very simple. You just mix it. There is no stages. You just mix it all together and put it in the fridge. So
what are you putting in there?
I have flour, water, a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of vinegar, a pinch of salt, and then you have an egg yolk.
But no sugar in your
No sugar in it, because there's enough sugar in the apples, And then once the dough goes in the fridge to rest for about 20 minutes, 30 minutes, then you get your apples out. Here I use Bramley apple. They have the nice acidity. They're very tasty. So you just slice them fine enough, and then you put 2 spoons of sugar, and that helps bring out all the liquid from the apples, all the natural sugars and the natural flavors. Then there is cinnamon, there is lemon zest, you have inside golden raisin or sultanas, and then you have toasted pine nuts.
Wow.
And you put it away, in the fridge again, for half an hour. So you have both things resting for a bit. You can go take.
Why is it important for half an hour? And could you leave it in for a couple of hours?
Probably an hour is the longest I will leave it in, because then the apples they start to get brown and everything, But like this, they become soft. You see, the apple can be quite harsh. If you leave it without resting, it might start to make holes in the dough after you roll it.
Okay. So
then
you roll it out.
So then you roll it out, and you have your breadcrumbs that we just lightly toasted in a pan, and you put them on the bottom of the dough. So what happens?
White or brown breadcrumbs you've used?
These are toasted in the bread. I just take what they're called panko. They're the Japanese crispy.
Yeah. And just stick them on the pan?
Exactly. Stick them on the pan, and they kind of come a little bit brownish. And, it gives a nice toasty flavor, and that helps to prevent the liquid of the apples from making the dough too wet.
And your pastry is very thin.
Yeah, very thin. Very thin.
You just use your hands. You don't need a food processor to make this
No, you
dough.
don't use a food processor. All use your hands. I did it yesterday on the table with my hands. Kids looking. All they wanted was to touch the dough, It becomes an interactive
fun with
thing,
the kids. But I think what you were saying there about the apples needing to be soft, because it is so thin that once you roll it, you don't want the apples popping out.
Make a hole, exactly. So now you have your dough there, on your towel, the apple in the center. Okay, you have some of the breadcrumbs. You can even put some on the top. And then with the use of the towel, you roll it. There is no, I have to be careful that I don't break it. It's okay, you roll it.
It can be imperfect.
Exactly. And then it's homemade.
Right, so this is it. So it's just...
This is it, very easy.
So chopped apples, some kind of sultanas.
Exactly.
And just...
And you can even, if you don't like pine nuts, you can not put the pine nuts. I just put them because that's the way I learned many years ago. So I put, I'm a very classic trained chef in the way. If I'm told to put pine nuts, I put pine nuts.
That's pine nuts are in it.
Who am I, And then you just lift it with your hands. Try not to break it. And you put it on your tray. Okay, you can...
And your wife is a pastry chef, so would she do it different? Is there different ways of doing this sort of thing?
Well, she wouldn't put the pine nuts. She's not...
she
doesn't like the pine nuts, so that's why I'm saying it, in case that way, And then you just put here some egg yolk on top. So when you put it in the oven, it'll go nice and golden. Okay, the oven is set at 180 degrees, and it takes about half an hour. Yesterday, I baked it for half an hour, and it's perfect.
Wow.
Okay. And typically in Italy, do you eat it warm?
Yes, warm. Very good. And then you just pop it in the oven. And thank you very much. You come back in half an hour and it's ready. And then I have one that I already
made. The magic oven?
Exactly, the magic oven with the magic chef.
So we can use this for breakfast.
Exactly.
It can be used as a dessert.
Did you score it there as well?
I just scored it like this because it was a bit bigger. But then I noticed that I didn't need to do it, so I didn't do it for this one.
Oh, so you don't need to do it?
Don't need to do it, Don't need to do it because the apples retain nicely. So then you just put a little bit of icing sugar on top.
And would you have like a bit of cream or anything?
I have here a little bit of, as I said, you can serve it with ice cream or you can serve it with cream. But I went a little bit more Italian and I mixed the same amount of mascarpone cheese to same amount of cream, sugar and lemon zest, and I'm gonna serve it with that.
Mascarpone cheese?
Oh yeah, mascarpone cheese is very, it's magical. You can do a lot of it with it, you know. So
is that one of the staple ingredients you'll always have then?
Well, no, but you can use it for a lot of things. You know, you can make tiramisu with it, or you can put it in cream and whip it, or you can just
pasta dishes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so then you just slice it.
What did you say, mascarpone? What else is in there?
Mascarpone, whipping cream, sugar, and lemon zest.
Oh.
Okay, and then
good, doesn't it?
Looks
a nice.
phenomenal.
That's it.
Yum.
Try to make it a bit fancy.
A tasty apple Wellington.
Ah, yeah, that's good. That could be a name.
Kind of.
There you go, one each.
Oh,
right.
gorgeous.
Pass it over. Oh, I'm looking forward to trying this. Now,
And the
Alberto,
sugar
this is
on
great.
top, the icing sugar, because as you said, there's no sugar in the dough, so like that you have a little bit of sweetened part at the
I
beginning.
shouldn't be using a knife and fork for this, but oh.
So this is, it's an Austrian thing, but it's
an Austrian
kind of Italian. They've taken it on board as well.
Yeah, you say if you go up there in Sud Tirol, so the towns like Merano, Bozen, Bolzano, that's what you get in every restaurant. Everybody
It's
will have it.
amazing, the pine nuts. You can really taste
You
the
have a
pine
little
nuts.
bit of a bite in it, because
lovely.
otherwise everything is quite soft.
It is, and it's really light. You don't feel like with apple pie, it feels like it's quite stodgy and.
Because you have to make the dough a little bit thicker.
Exactly. This feels light as a feather. It's absolutely
very
gorgeous.
light. It's very light.
No,
Yeah.
very
And
good.
it's best
Converted.
if you take it out of the oven and it's still warm, you wait about 10-15 minutes, and then you can dig in straight away.
Lovely. Happy
Okay?
apple pie day.
Apple pie day.
Alberto.
Very good. Glad that you like it.
Thank you so much.